All right, we have started the year 2024 with Mercedes-Benz launching the GLS. And of course, great announcements coming in from the house of Mercedes-Benz India. And I'm joined by the Managing Director and CEO. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. First of all, Happy New Year to you and the entire company and your team. Significant number of announcements coming in, at standing today, 8th of January. How do you plan to implement them? And could you give us a few highlights of what stands in the year for Mercedes-Benz India?
So, this year is special for us. We completed 30 years in India, 30 years of presence here, 30 years of strategic patience. So, this is a defining year, and therefore, we have also set a new motto called Desire to Exceed. Exceed in customer expectations, exceed in sustainability initiatives, exceed in many areas and facets. So, to start with, we are committed to launch 12 plus new products in India in 2024. 50% of them will be in the top end vehicle segment, three new EVs for India. We are also committing with investments, so we are going to invest 200 crores this year, and this takes our total investment to 3,000 crores for the Indian car market. More importantly, we also want to be closer to customers, and therefore we see a big emergence of mini metros in India, and therefore we are going to 10 new cities, 20 odd workshops, starting from Kanpur to Patna to Kottayam in the south to Jammu in the north. So I think we are doing a lot when it comes to network expansion and being closer to customers. So this is just some of the initiatives, and of course a lot also happening on the customer service side to bring down the cost of ownership and sustainability CSR side.
That, of course, we'll talk in the later part, sir. You mentioned about 50% of the portfolio in this year would be coming at the high-end prices, sir. Uh, what does it indicate? That are Indians, especially in the luxury segment, ready to shell out that money to have that kind of experience with them, sir? Or any new trend that you focus, that's why 50% portfolio would be coming in 24 because of the high-end prices, sir?
I see Mercedes-Benz to be a bit different in the total luxury car segment. For us, our average selling prices have gone up by 20-25% in the last 4 years' time. Consumers are investing in more top-end cars, more luxury cars, core luxury cars, which is, I think, a great sign. It shows the desirability of the brand, desirability of the product. May not be true for the overall luxury car market, and I think it's a different strategies adopted by different players. But I think we see with this shift, it's also supported by demographics. We have the average age for a S-Class or a GLS is as low as 38. Women buyers now, we have seen a 50% increase in women buyers. Today they constitute 15% of sales coming from women. So I think all of this really helps us to say that the structure of the luxury car market is more matured now. We have more real luxury consumers enjoying and getting into luxury segment, and I think that's a very healthy sign. Apart from the growth of 10% that we see, taking 17 odd thousand volumes that we see in this market.
So, do you feel, sir, that 17,000 odd volumes is too less for a market like India, and there's far more penetration that's due for the company as of now? And by when can we see? I'm talking about 10 to 20-year plan now. By when can we see a good penetration from the house of Mercedes-Benz and the subsequent other luxury players?
No, I think already if you see penetrations in tier 1 cities are much more than. So let me give a bigger perspective. Today, India is a 4 million car market. We will this year will sell 47,000 luxury cars. So you mean 1.1% penetration.
Correct.
So you can argue that the penetration is low, it's only less. But the first step has already happened. The overall structure, that means people are buying real expensive luxury cars and not just on the entry level side. The second change point that we now see is also, the tier 1 cities are already at a much higher penetration, almost double than what we see, and the tier 3 are lagging behind. So it's a matter of time. With younger demographics, the tier 3 and the tier 2 markets, the mini metros, will also catch up, and we can see a larger penetration. But I don't think in luxury we should be as focused on sales. And for Mercedes-Benz, we have exited the volume game worldwide as well as in India. So we are more focused on customer experience. We shifted to direct to consumer model, and so we will be more than happy with the numbers growing. But more importantly, we also need to ensure that the structure of the market doesn't change, and we are still focused on high-end luxury cars.
Sir, three new EVs coming in 2024, sir, and the make in India for EVs is tad less than what you have actually planned to do. I'm sure you have your own plans there, but sir, could you focus on the EVs part, sir? How bullish are you on the EV market, and what percentage now for 2024 you are planning to get? Because you are under 5% as of now. Uh, what are we expecting here in terms of numbers?
So now for me and for the company, we say that the EVs is a marathon and not a sprint. So we have to be patient. It needs a lot of customer education, a lot of products. Today we have just 3 EVs in a portfolio of 24 cars that we offer to the market. So first is we also increase the portfolio. That's why we said we will introduce 3 more EVs to the market. I think we are quite happy with the current outcome. And in the next 3 to 4 years, I've been saying we see 20-25% of our sales to be EVs. But it also needs a bit of government intervention in terms of state governments more so, because I think the central government has done a great job by keeping the GST at 5%. But the state governments, where the road taxes are 20%, not all states offer zero taxes. And therefore, you can see a different penetration levels in states which offer incentives like Delhi, Bombay, to states which don't offer incentives like Gujarat and Telangana right now. And I think this is where we are also trying to educate and discuss with the state governments to say it's a collective responsibility, and if we work together, we can have a faster adoption of EVs.
Also, sir, when it comes to the taxes on EVs, I'm sure that's a part that the government will undertake eventually. But the government has its own incentives right now with Tesla coming in. Is Mercedes-Benz kind of worried about, because if it comes with the volumes that it has, Tesla has, sir, are you worried that it might be the second largest player in the country and might overshadow the growth of Mercedes-Benz in India?
No, I think there are a lot of premium and mass players even today which exist. So any, first of all, new player is welcome because it will expand the adoption of EVs. So we fully welcome any new entrant entering the market. With our discussions with the government, we are confident there will be a level playing field. We have already invested 3,000 crores, so they will take that into account. We also support free trade, duty-free imports as a company, because I think free trade only increases, better adoption, etc. So I think for us, we are new entrants are more than welcome. It will help to grow the market. But yes, our assumption from what we read is there will be more in the mass and the premium segment, whereas we are luxury, and that's what I said a bit earlier. I think our focus is on customer experience, a different kind of product offering and a logic itself compared to what other mass market and premium players will be doing.
Sir, but the import duty is applicable on all the automobile manufacturers, sir. So do you think with the reduction in import duty to up to 15%, will eventually allow Mercedes-Benz India to bring in their more global products to India directly through a reduced tax mechanism or regime? Will that be of helpful? Are you looking forward to that?
No, as I said, we will always welcome any reduction in duties. At the same time, we are fully committed. I have more than 2,000 people working in Pune, 3,000 crores of investments. We are locally manufacturing 14 car lines. We have an investment in Bangalore. We have 10,000 people working there. So I think we are fully invested. The same applies to a lot of other players also in India. And therefore, whatever the government decides, I think we feel the government will not just go for a flat cut. There would be something there in the policy to protect even the current players who have already invested and been there in the market. So we have to wait for the policy and then decide, see how it works.
Absolutely. When 2024, you've mentioned about 200 plus crores of investment, sir. Where will that be? And how about the capacity at Chakan, sir? Are you planning for an expansion, and where will that money go, sir?
So the 200 crores we have earmarked for more new product startups. We have earmarked for digitalization, because I think it's also time that we are digitalizing our plant, our processes a bit more. So that's where the investment is lined up for. And at present we have enough. We have a capacity of 20,000, going up to 40,000 in the same premises. So I think that's quite flexible, and we are not investing right now into capacity expansion.
Also, sir, before I let you go, we were earlier times we were talking about your own operating system for Mercedes-Benz through artificial intelligence. Where has this reached, and how soon can we see that being implemented in the cars, sir?
So the MB-OS has debuted in the new E-Class worldwide, and I think the same will apply whenever the new E-Class comes to India as well. I think we have not shied away from bringing the latest. We were the first to get connected cars, BS6, EVs, and the same will also happen. I can only say a lot of work is also happening out of Bangalore for development of some of these new technologies, which is, I think, great for India. So yeah, we remain committed to bring as early as possible.
And sir, what about price hikes? We understood that you were taking price hikes in January.
Yeah.
Has this happened? And is there any more plans to hike prices in the near future?
Firstly, let me clarify, we hate to increase prices because a lot of customers come back to us saying you are increasing now, this has become a practice. But we know and we are living in a world highly uncertain, logistic costs going up and also exchange rate. So at this stage, we have done the price increase already on 1st of Jan for our car lines. The new GLS that we launched today already incorporates that. But in the future, it is depending on input costs. So as of now, we want to hold on at least for the next 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
But if there is something going northwards, we have to react.
All right. Anything going northwards, the company will react. Thank you, Santosh, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure is always to speak to you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.